Ladies and gentlemen, we have breaking news for your Chicago Bulls. The Chicago Bulls went out and signed Kenny Lofton Jr. to their training camp roster, giving him a chance to become one of the players on the squad. Y'all know we're going to talk about it and break it down, but you got to hear the music first.
Cognac, gang.
Shy Boys Podcast with the Cognac Boys. I'm Cognac Boy Bobby, and I'm here to break these news. If you're tuned in with me, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell as well. Now, according to Shams, free agent Kenny Lofton Jr. is signing a one-year deal with the Chicago Bulls. Kenny Lofton will compete for a roster spot in training camp. So far, he has played 45 games across 2 NBA seasons. Me personally, I like the signing. Go ahead and bring in, these young players and apply some pressure to the other guys that are on this squad. Now, I don't necessarily know where Kenny Lofton Jr. will fit in at, but I love that the Chicago Bulls are being active with seeing somebody with so much talent who's kind of struggling to find his way around the league to give him an opportunity to make the squad. Kenny Lofton Jr. started his NBA career off with Memphis in 2022 and 2023, went on to play for Toronto for a little bit, went back to Memphis this past season, then with Philadelphia, and ended last season with the Utah Jazz. Not a lot of game film on this young player. At the start of his career, he played 24 games with Memphis, and then last year he only played 15 games for Memphis, 2 games for Philly, and 4 games for Utah. What appears to be something that's really, really good for him is that his last 4 games with Utah, this guy came out and averaged about 14 points, 5 assists, and 5 rebounds on 60% shooting from the field and 33% from the three-point line. I say it's not a bad thing to do. I say you go ahead and bring in all these young players. We don't know what Adama Sanogo is going to look like on the NBA level. We don't know if Jalen Smith is going to be able to turn out to the player that we believe it could be. And I think that the pressure that's going to come with these wings that's on the squad, and you got to apply some pressure somewhere. When you talk about Kenny Lofton Jr., his game is a little bit of everything. You're going to get a little bit of everything. I don't really know what was going on behind the scenes with why teams really felt like this player wasn't good enough to kind of remain, around with those respective teams. But sometimes it just be like that. And I'll be honest with you, I have not watched much of Kenny Lofton Jr. I think I remember a few years ago, he did play in the summer league and he put on a decent performance. So what does it really, really fit in with the Chicago Bulls? It fit in with adding young talent and trying to figure this whole thing out. We know that Billy Donovan likes to go with some smaller lineups. This could be one of those guys that can come in and provide something in your small lineup. These guys I didn't even know that they called him Gen Zebo. Gen Zebo. I guess that was because he was drafted over there in Memphis and they thought that he could be another Zebo, another Zach Randolph. So I guess with the new age, young Kenny Lofton Jr., they saying this can be Gen Zebo for sure. But he comes in at 6'7", 275 pounds. So he got a lot of weight on him. He got some weight on him. He got some strength on him, but he can be active from the times I have seen Kenny Lofton Jr. play. We shall see. I know that Terry Taylor got some minutes with the Chicago Bulls. This player, can give you some minutes too. Maybe if something goes down or if the player gets injured, or if a player is just not a part of what the Chicago Bulls want to do and push towards the future. We know that they want to win basketball games, but will that plan change? Maybe you entertain Kenny Lofton Jr. to go ahead and be a part of your tank squad. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? So it's real interesting to see. But we got a couple people up in here. We're going to jump into a couple comments before we roll out. I got to hit the road, Jack. I ain't going to lie to y'all. For real. Shay in the building. He says Kenny Lofton Jr. is not going to get any playing time. And on top of that, anybody knows that he's been out of the NBA for a while, except for last year with the Utah Jazz. Yeah. He's had his struggles. We seen him down in G League. You know what I'm saying? That's where he's been spending most of his time. I don't really know what this is going to come out to be. But I'm just happy that the Chicago Bulls are being proactive, and I like his game. You know what I'm saying? I like his game. Hopefully he can string together, some nice performances to where we can see him more often in the NBA. Because I believe in small ball lineups, you going up against a guy that's 275 pounds with a little bit of everything that can give some opposing teams, some troubles if he can find his way. So we'll just have to figure that out on that end. Jay Capone in the building with me. He's talking about what's the word, my small fry fella? Kenny. Not Kung Fu Kenny. This ain't Kenny Lamar. This Kenny Lofton Jr. though. You feel me? Hey, Jay Capone, chill out on me, big dog. It's Friday, man. It's Friday, man. Corn in the building. Show us some love. He said, what it do, King? I say, what's the word? And he also said that this is a good signing. Look, I'm not mad at it. I say you give a guy the opportunity to make the roster. Hell if you do, hell if you don't. I don't think it's going to be that much of a loss if he doesn't make the roster, but I do find it interesting that he's getting the opportunity to make the squad. You know what I'm saying? I believe with even with all the guys that are around, I believe that the Chicago Bulls do still have one slot open. So he could very well fill it. We know that Henry Drell didn't make it with the Chicago Bulls. Adama Sanogo is one of those guys who ain't been seeing much minute for the Chicago Bulls. We know what happened to Marko Simonovic. We sent them right back over the pond. You know what I'm saying? So it'll be interesting to see. And I'm anxious and eager now to really find out what the intentions are with the Chicago Bulls with this signing and what the plan is for going into training camp. Because if he come out and ball out and we be like, damn, throughout the preseason, Kenny Lofton Jr. was hooping through these 5 preseason games. And then he don't end up on the squad. Y'all know we're going to be asking questions, right? We all know we're going to be asking questions. Like, where is bro? You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. Andre's in the building as well. Shout out to you, my guy. He said, been wanting this signing for a minute. Really? I ain't never heard you say it. No, I'm just playing. I'm just playing. You probably ain't slide up in here or at least say it, and I probably missed it. You probably did let me know, like, Bobby, keep your eyes out over on Kenny Lofton. You know what I'm saying? So it could definitely be one of those. I ain't mad at it, though. I'm not really mad at it. I'm really want to see how we attack training camp, especially going into the season. Y'all seen that brutal schedule coming out with the first 20 games, y'all. I know y'all seen it. We starting the season off in the gauntlet, in the gulag. You ain't jumping out the plane you ain't jumping out the plane. You gonna have to figure this thing out. And it just came out that the Bulls have 14 guaranteed contracts, that of Orlot Batim, which isn't fully guaranteed. So they got 14 guaranteed contracts and Orlot Batim, and that contract is not fully guaranteed. So we'll see what the Chicago Bulls do with this move, if anything. I mean, it could be a good sign to add some more size. It ain't much of, much size. You know what I'm saying? 6'7", 275 is a big fella, though. I ain't gonna lie to you. That's a big fella that can go ahead and play some small ball like Billy Donovan wants to allow. Is Kenny Lofton a good floor runner? That's to be determined. Because I think if he gonna have to try to find his way through this, not only is he gonna have to be able to get the Chicago Bulls different looks offensively, he gonna have to run the floor. You got Josh Giddey, Kobe White, Ayo Dosunmu, Patrick Williams, Montes Buzelis, Julian Phillips, Dalen Terry. These guys want to finally run. They the last few years they ain't been able to run that much because DeMar DeRozan, Zach LaVine, and other factors going up in there, Nikola Vucevic. But you got too many young guns that are capable of running to not be running. So I'm anxious to see how he can fit in when it comes to that transition offense and then how he defends multiple positions on the defensive side. So that'll be interesting to see. But we got Matty Legend jumping up in the chat too. He said, yo. I say, what's the word, my guy? Make sure y'all hit that like button and subscribe on your way out. I pretty much just came in just to give you guys this quick update, these breaking news on our Chicago Bulls. I love the signing because I believe that you got to apply pressure to the guys that's already on the squad. You got to let me know that it's now about the youth. It's now about evaluating talent. There has been resources poured into the professional development department. There has been Mark Eversley coming out pretty much saying that it's no longer about DeMar, Zach, and Nikola Vucevic. Show me. This is one of those moves that's showing me it's now about the youth. This is one of those that's now showing me about the youth. The Chicago Bulls absolutely could have went out there and looked for some more veteran help. They could have, you know what I'm saying? There's probably some guys that's out there that you probably feel like you could squeeze 1 year out of, you know what I'm saying? But this right here shows me that they trying to focus on these young guys. So what does that mean for Javonte Green and Torrey Craig? I'm anxious to know that too, because Leroy was a disappointment last year. Torrey Craig couldn't stay healthy, you know what I'm saying? So we shall see. We got Thoinks and Thoughts in here. Talking about this a decent signing. Oh, bro. Hell y'all talking about. And bro, I ain't mad at it though. I'm happy to see it though at the end of the day. We shall see what come out of this. And y'all make sure y'all stay tuned in right here. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, you're missing out on a lot of fun and a lot of interactions with not just us, but all our family that come through here. Big Drip, Steve-O, Kev, Pat Designer been around here. He family. Y'all know what's up. But hey, we'll leave it at that, ladies and gentlemen. Just came in, give y'all this quick update. I'm about to go hit the road, Jack. I'll holler at y'all on the next one. Appreciate y'all.